Mr. Schaller, and then following Mr. Schaller, Morley Alperstein. Morley, Mr. Alperstein, fine.
Mr. Mayor, my conversation and comments go to you, and obviously I'd like the rest of the board to hear, as well as anybody at home. In 2010, I ran for the seat of County Commission for District 6. And when I did that, I turned in my paperwork to the Supervisor of Elections. And I asked the supervisor who would verify the information I was turning in. And she told me that my opponent would do that, or in this case, opponents. Further from that, I just want to read an excerpt from a letter that I have from the state of Florida to that degree. It said the division elections, a county supervisor of elections, or any other qualifying officer in Florida performs a ministerial function in qualifying candidates. This means they take the qualifying paperwork at face value and have no authority to look beyond the paperwork. Therefore, they do not perform background checks on candidates. Quote, this is the part that got to me. Whether a candidate has a criminal record is left up to an opponent, the media, and/or the electorate to determine. So I did that. I went out and did what the state of Florida charged me to do. I vetted my opponent. And from that, a member of your board presently, sir, sued me in a court of law. We went on a 3-day trial. I won. The same member of this board appealed it to the lower court. I won. And in case the gentleman sitting on the board with you, sir, didn't realize, this morning the 4th District Court of Appeals ruled I won again. And it's not me that won. It's the state of Florida and everybody who lives here that says if you have any discrepancy, any question, any clarification that you want that the state of Florida says is your responsibility to find out, go and ask. So the courts upheld that. I did not allow somebody's track record, sir, to intimidate me. I was the 78th person or entity in this county that was sued by a member of this board as an individual. I was offered mediation at one point where I could give $20,000 to a charity of the gentleman's choice and take out a full-page ad that he had discretion over in the Palm Beach Post to be able to walk away, to admit my wrongdoings. I did nothing wrong and I stood for everyone. When I walked into court that day, I had what the law would allow of any reasonable penalty to be placed upon me by whatever the jury determined. $5, $5,000, $500,000. I put it all on the line for everybody in the state, including myself, to be able to question authority, use our First Amendment right. And regardless of my estimation, $300,000 that was spent against me, the jury, the judge, 3 other judges have spoken. We talk about 72% for the Inspector General, 100% of the process worked. So what I'd like to do is, for the record, turn in all 3 judgments in favor of the people. Thank you, sir.
All righty. Commissioner Santa Maria, without objection, the documents are received. Fine.
The fact remains that Mr. Schaller called me a convicted felon and got away with it, used under the guise of freedom of speech. Basically, what you accomplished was you can lie about a person and hide behind freedom of speech. Fortunately, the public who voted should have embarrassed you, because in spite of your 118 pages of wrongful accusations, you got 6% of the vote. That should have been made you ashamed of yourself. But obviously you have no shame to call somebody a convicted felon and be a master of distortion and deception. Yes, you succeeded to hide under freedom of speech, as others have.
I can't control what commissioners. I can't. If I could just interrupt for 1 second. If there'll be quiet in the audience, my colleagues can speak as they wish. I can't control it. Commissioner Santa Maria, continue.
Yeah, that is the stage that campaigns have already proven. As all of you know, that I was not the only one that was lied during a campaign. I think Mary Sachs was under the same situation. Joe Abruzzo So that is the level of campaigning now. You can always hide under freedom of speech. Under freedom of speech, you can basically do anything to malign a person, and then pretend, oh, I didn't do it maliciously. I just did it under the freedom of speech. That's the type of situation we're in. Yes, you convinced the jury.
Okay, great. Mr. Alperstein.